recorded live in Jacksonville, Florida. This is Trivial Warfare. More than just a pub quiz, Trivial Warfare is your gateway to a worldwide trivia community. Join your hosts, Jonathan.
We just described Ric Flair as Neanderthal Man and Planet of the Apes.
Chris.
Yo, we going down to Sesame Street.
That's your impression of hardcore rap?
Carmela.
That would irritate the hell out. I'm like, I just want my groceries. My ice cream is melting.
Ben.
4 halogens in that list. Oh my God.
You were like, it's not the halogens. I'm like, no, Ben, no.
Those damn halogens got me again.
And the rest of the Trivial Warfare Army for another week of fun and games. Now here's your host, Jonathan Oakes.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Trivial Warfare. We are the podcast that takes a pub quiz out of the pub and brings it home to you. My name is Jonathan. I am here today with Ben Young. Hello, Ben.
Good morning. How you doing?
Good morning. I am well. How are you, my friend?
I am doing pretty good. I am well hydrated and well caffeinated and well slept.
Well hydrated. Have you had a lot of water already this morning?
Enough for the time I've been awake. So
all
yes,
right.
I'm not dehydrated. Let's put it
there
that
we go. Fantastic. We are also here with Erin Barkley. Hello, Erin.
Hello. I am jealous. Ben is living everyone's best life.
It sounds like it. Now, Erin, you've just been running and working out already this morning. Are you well hydrated?
Nope. I've
No.
got my water right here, and
Yep.
I've got my coffee right here.
And you got
And
your
my cat
right
is
there.
also right here. Right here.
Well, that's awesome. And we have two great guests with us today. First up, on my left, wearing red, Albert Thomas is with us today. Hey, Albert.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning, sir. And on my right, wearing blue, Matt Chesnut. Hello, Matt.
Good morning. How y'all doing?
Doing great. We've already had an interesting conversation about the jersey that these gentlemen are wearing. We have a Manchester United versus Chelsea rivalry happening right here on the show. We'll start with Manchester United. Albert, tell everybody where you're from, what you do, and something fun about yourself.
My name is Albert Thomas. I'm from LA. I am a R&D guy for an ice cream company.
That's right.
So I know the maple bacon ice cream has to appear possibly this summer. We got to work on that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm loving that idea. That's what you do, but something fun about yourself.
Well, obviously the Manchester United side since the elephant in the room. Yeah, that's something that I've been a fan of for over 20 years now. Been to Old Trafford, big fan. In fact, it's 7 a.m. out here on the West Coast, and that's nothing. Normally I'm up at 4 for some of these matches. So
Wow.
I do not miss a single one. So yeah, absolutely.
Man, you know what? That is, if you're gonna do sports, you might as well go all in. Either be that or not,
Absolutely.
Good for you. In your time, you started following Manchester United in 1994. In your time watching the team, what was the number one best moment for your sports watching enjoyment?
Everybody's gonna know the '99 treble when Ole came in and was a super sub and scored that goal. So that is the highlight for every single Manchester United fan, I'd say.
Wow, very cool. Yeah. I love it. All right, well, welcome to the show, Albert. We're glad you're here. Matt, tell everybody where you're from, what you do, and something fun about yourself.
Yeah, I couldn't be more opposite from the Manchester United. So I'm on the east coast of Florida in Titusville, just about 2 hours south of you, Jonathan and Ben. I work for an organization called Space Florida, where we're the state's Spaceport Development Authority. So I do a lot of work with aerospace companies, aviation companies coming to Florida. So that's always fun. As part of that, I travel the state a lot. So there's a couple things I like to say. One, I've driven through every county in Florida now twice. There's 67 of them.
Wow.
That's a lot. And I have been on every stretch of interstate in Florida in the last 3 years, at least.
That is a lot of driving, man.
Yeah. I went to Destin and Panama City each in the last week, drove up there, stayed overnight, and came back. It's a 6.5 hour drive for work. So
I have to ask this. There is a right answer to this, but traffic-wise, what is the worst interstate in Florida?
I-4.
Yes.
I-4 without a doubt. There are sections of 95 but at times a day. You go down to South Florida, Miami. There's some bad spots where the Turnpike and 95 come together. 275 at Tampa can get slowed down, but consistently, basically I-4 between Tampa and Orlando, almost the whole stretch, is a nightmare most of the time.
Yeah.
Yes, that is the correct answer.
I'm with you. I've driven it too many times, and I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
I avoid it at all costs.
I love it. Well, welcome to the show, Matt. We're glad that you are here. We are going to have a fantastic time today, and we're going to get started with Warm It Up, Chris.
It's time to warm it up on Trivial Warfare today. And there's only one person who can warm it up for the TWA, and that's Chris. And sometimes Jonathan.
And the part of Chris is going to be played by Ben today.
Thank you very much. So my Warm It Up Chris today is on car logos. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to describe a car logo to you, and I want you to tell me what brand it is.
Okay.
That's cool.
I'm sure I'm going to get flack if these are poor descriptions, but I did the best that I could.
This is like an icebreaker, like when you're in a team builder situation.
Yep.
Okay, you're blindfolded. Now you have to tell them what you're seeing, and they have to draw it.
Yeah. Pretty
First
much.
word sounds like 2 syllables.
Exactly. All right. Erin, we're going to start with you.
Oh boy.
The description is a blue oval with the brand name in cursive.
Ford.
That is Ford. Good job.
Hey.
All right,
I just
Albert.
spilled my coffee.
Oh no!
I was so excited.
Oh no! Yeah, those 4 quality issues got the best of your coffee right there.
Oh no!
All right, Albert, you're up next. The brand logo is 4 interlocking rings.
That would be Audi.
It would be Audi. Good job. All right, Jonathan, your logo is 3 diamonds.
Mitsubishi.
That is Mitsubishi. Good job.
All right.
I believe the word Mitsubishi directly translates as 3 diamonds. If it doesn't, I'm sure someone will correct me.
It's just lazy graphic design.
Well, it's not that. They're pointed in different directions, though. It's all right.
That's true. There was some rotation.
There you go. All right, Matt, your logo is gold bow tie.
That would be Chevrolet.
That would be Chevrolet.
Former
Good job.
sponsor of Manchester United, by the way.
Former.
Oh,
Correct.
oh my!
Hey, I feel like there's drama there. I'm not gonna go there.
No drama. It's just that if you're a United supporter, you hated that logo on your kit. That's all.
I loved it.
Gotcha. Okay, Erin, we're back to you. Your logo is a 3-pointed star surrounded by a circle.
Is that Mercedes?
That is Mercedes. Good job.
Yeah.
Okay.
Albert, your logo is a silver Mars symbol.
Silver Mars symbol. Boy, I feel like this should be obvious. Wow, I have no idea.
I know. I feel like I've seen it, but I don't like the name's not coming easily over here either.
Anybody know it?
This is going to be a stupid guess. It's not Saturn, is it?
It's not Saturn.
Okay.
I was thinking the same thing.
Saturn is a Saturn symbol.
Because the Mars logo is a circle with an arrow pointing upright from it.
Yep.
Oh,
it's
Volvo.
Volvo.
Yeah.
There we go.
Volvo. Good job.
Is it? I'm not picturing the Volvo logo at all. Then, okay.
Yep. It's
It says-
basically a Mars symbol with Volvo in the middle.
How about it?
Yeah.
All right. So Jonathan, this is where things get a little spicy, but I think y'all can handle it. The logo is a quartered blue and white circle surrounded by a black ring.
BMW.
That is BMW. Good job. Matt, your logo is a red shield next to a blue shield next to a white shield.
Oh, I can see it.
You got this.
I can't think of it. I don't know.
My grandparents might have driven one of them at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Buick.
There it
Buick.
Yeah.
My parents own a Buick. Are you kidding me? Yeah. Not only my grandparents, my parents. I'm almost 50, so I have to buy one here in like 2 years.
It's a rite of passage. You got to own a Buick at some point in your
They
life.
ride so smooth.
Oh, it's a beautiful car.
I
Yeah, it's
remember
so smooth.
my dad, when he was getting older, bought a Buick. And I mean, that thing, you could hit a pothole and not know it. It was amazing.
Yeah.
When I
they're
met
awesome.
Rob, he had a Buick. He was 25, but he had Florida plates in his Buick, and he drives like a grandpa, so it worked. But yeah, no, it was a nice car.
Yeah, really ideal for tall people because the leg room is immaculate in most of those.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Erin, back to you. Your logo is a gold bull on a black shield.
Oh.
I always get these backwards. Is that Ferrari?
It is
No,
not.
it's the other one. Lamborghini?
Lamborghini. Good
Yeah.
job.
Ferrari's the
All right.
horse. Oops, sorry. I hope that's not your next one.
Don't!
It's not my next one. Albert, your logo is a trident.
Why am I blanking? Italian company. You know, the one that does all the.
Probably
nice
ends in a
one with the
vowel,
thing.
right? It's Italian.
It accent, I think with an I believe.
Yeah, you're right. Yep. You're getting warmer.
Why am I blanking? I keep wanting to say Bugatti, but it's definitely not Bugatti. That's the two B's.
4 syllables.
And I can name the models. Why can't I remember the name? Yeah, I'm not going to get this. It's too early.
Oh.
Who wants to help him?
Go for it, Matt.
Maserati.
There it is.
Maserati.
There we go.
Maserati. Good job. Yeah, they are cheaper than Lamborghinis and more expensive to fix. All right. Jonathan, you get a black horse on a yellow shield below green, white, and red stripes.
I have to go with Ferrari.
It is Ferrari.
Yes.
That was a preliminary assist from Erin. Thanks, Erin.
I'll take half credit for that. Yep.
Yeah, there you go. Matt, you also get a black horse, but it's on a gold shield surrounded by a quartered shield with red and black stripes.
Black horse on a gold shield surrounded by a quartered shield. You say a quartered?
So it's a black horse on a gold shield. Surrounding the gold shield is a quartered shield with black and red stripes on different parts of the quartered part of the shield. It's a very busy logo.
Yes. It's cramming my head to trying to put all that together. I mean, I had trouble with red next to blue next to white, so let's talk with that.
Well, I mean, there's that.
Yeah. So it's a horse. It's usually something. It's not Alfa Romeo, is it?
It is not.
Yeah, I don't know then.
Anybody want to help him?
I don't know it, guys.
Porsche, isn't it?
It is Porsche.
Is it really?
It is Porsche.
Huh.
Wow.
Black horse, gold shield on a quartered shield with black and red stripes.
Wow.
Oh, nice job, Erin.
Representing the Stuttgart flag, where the Bain factory is located.
Oh.
Erin, back to you. The logo is... Yeah, it's back to you again. All right. Your logo is a red griffin wearing a gold crown on a blue background.
Is that Alfa Romeo?
It is not.
No.
I think Albert knows it.
His head.
Yeah. Same country as Volvo. It's Saab.
Saab.
Oh.
Saab.
That's what that is. Yeah.
Saab, yep. Albert, your logo is 6 4-point stars on a blue oval.
That's Subaru, if I'm not mistaken.
That is Subaru. Good
Nice.
job.
I know that one.
Jonathan, you get a halved circle containing a red cross on one side and a green snake on the other side, surrounded by a blue ring.
I've been holding this logo in my head since the beginning and hearing people guess it, and it's like, nope, not that. This is Alfa Romeo.
Yeah. Yeah,
That is Alfa Romeo. Good job. Almost to the last round. Matt, you get a black and white diamond.
Shine bright like a diamond.
It's a French company.
Oh, Peugeot.
Not Peugeot, the other one.
Oh, the other one.
Anybody else name a French automaker?
Yeah. It's Renault.
It is Renault.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Good
That's
job.
hard. Good job.
All right, last round. These are probably the trickiest ones. Erin, you get an orange swoosh symbol. This is based on their website, an orange swoosh symbol.
Didn't know Nike made cars.
Right.
The key word there is orange.
Is it? Are
Maybe
you sure?
maybe something from the Netherlands.
Yeah. Well, do they make cars in the Netherlands? I mean, I assume they do, but I don't. Is it Smart Car?
It is not.
Oh, I don't know.
Anybody know it?
I don't.
I'm really drawing a
They
blank.
make supercars. I think they make one of probably the most expensive
Was it
production
McLaren?
car.
McLaren.
It is McLaren.
Orange
Oh,
McLaren.
wow.
Of course.
Orange,
Yeah.
a little swoosh.
Huh.
The little
All right, Albert, you get a silver crest with alternating multicolored boxes and stripes surrounded by a silver wreath.
Okay, silver crest, multicolored boxes.
I thought they were
Oh. Wait, is that Cadillac?
Yeah.
That is Cadillac.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's so
Nice.
iconic, but it's
Yeah.
hard for you to picture it when I describe it.
It's hard to describe it.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, how do I do this in one sentence?
Yeah. There's like
All right.
2 frill-looking thingies
Right.
and a whole bunch of little boxes inside.
Yep. There used to be ducks in it, but they're
Yeah.
not ducks anymore. Yeah, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy, bro.
There used to be ducks in it?
There used to be ducks in the cat, like
What?
little diagonal ducks. Yeah, crazy, bro.
That's hilarious.
Tackiest like logo ever. Jonathan, you get a rounded green triangle inside a yellow circle?
That is a visual that I don't know that I've seen before. It sounds like... Are these all active car companies?
These are active, yes.
Okay. You know what? I don't know. I'm going to guess Bugatti.
It is not. Anybody know this one? Oh. It is Lotus.
Oh, yes.
Is it
Lotus.
Really?
Yep. Lotus is says Lotus in the middle. It's the rounded green triangle inside of a yellow circle.
Huh.
And Matt, you get the last one. It is a backwards E conjoined to a B on a red oval.
I'll give you a hint. There's one in my garage right now.
Oh.
All right. We're going to scratch Bentley off the list.
Like, it's not Bentley, Maserati.
Bentley.
You would have remembered Maserati if you had one. We already did that.
Right.
It's probably electric. It's
No.
not Tesla.
Hold on. Think about what he does for a living, though. He is an R&D guy for an ice cream company. So then you got to estimate how much money he makes a year. But he has to live in it. He lives out west. He lives in L.A., so he makes decent money. So what kind of car would he have? Kind of a creative spirit, kind of a progressive, possibly out in California with a fun job.
Yeah, I don't know. Now you just confused me completely. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, is Jonathan actually giving hints, or is he just making
beep? No, I don't know the answer.
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
Oh, I do, and I'm just...
Yeah, no, you said it's in your garage, though, so I'm trying to help give ideas about who you are.
Yeah, I'm like, it's that all like they get, everybody in California is driving a Tesla now. It's all I can think of, but it's not Tesla. But EB, I don't know, man. Albert, what is it? You got one?
I'm joking. It's a Bugatti.
Oh, that's the Bugatti.
Oh, my God.
Jeez.
Bugatti.
Well, apparently they pay ice cream R&D dudes really well.
Yeah.
Well, I thought you were seriously had one in your garage. I'm trying to think what could have, and I was doing Jonathan. What could the ice cream R&D guy? Ice cream trucks with an EB? Has he got an ice cream truck in there?
Oh my God, that would have been amazing. Do you have an ice cream truck in your garage too?
I do not, unfortunately. No.
I'm imagining a show where the ice cream truck is going down the road, and then you push a button, and a ramp extends down, and a Bugatti motorcycle shoots out of the back of it. Yes.
I don't even know if they make motorcycles, but that's awesome nonetheless.
I think they do. I think they do.
I don't know. I want like a Bugatti lawnmower. That would be amazing.
Oh, man.
They probably cost $40,000.
Yeah, but you'd be wanting to mow everybody's yard so they could see you in the Bugatti lawnmower.
Yeah. For sure, yeah. All right, that was your warming up Chris question for the episode.
Oh, great job. That was a really fun one. All right, y'all. This is episode number 429. That means we are on the patron feed. Huge shout out to all of our patrons. Thank you so much for being here. We hope that you enjoy this episode. It's going to be a great time. Reminder to come see us in Jacksonville. We're going to be having a get-together. Ben, it's July 21st through the 23rd?
July 21st. Yep.
The weekend of July 21st through the 23rd. We're going to be having a great time. Reach out on the Facebook group or reach out to me directly at jonathan@trivialwarfare.com, and we'll tell you anything that we can tell you. And as decisions are made, we'll share them out on the Facebook group. So be connected, get connected there so that you can be aware of that stuff. And you can play along with today's show. Just go to the Play Store or your Apple App Store and download the Triviamatic app and hit play now and enter this code 984-600. That's 984-600 to use it to play along with today's game. And today's game is going to be a fun one. It is Jonathan and Matt versus Erin and Albert. Ben is hosting, and it's time to play the game.
Play us. Oh, yeah. Y'all know what time it is. This is Mr. Literature himself, cordially inviting you to the game. This is 6 rounds of trivia goodness. 3 questions per round. Every right answer gets you 10 points. In the middle, we'll take a pause for the cause and ask a midpoint question worth up to 20 juicy points. After round 6, you can wager any or all those points you've been building up and take a shot at the final round. It's a series of theme-based questions we call the Gauntlet. It's just that easy, baby. But this game ain't gonna play itself, players. Let's get it on.
Okay, round 1, question 1. Your category is video games. Rocket League is a video game where players control rocket-powered cars to play what sport?
Matt, how confident are you? Because I think I agree with you.
Pretty confident, yeah.
All right, we'll lock that in.
Erin and Albert.
Well, you got to it just before we did. I tried playing this and I can't because my brain does not think in 3 dimensions, but it's soccer.
Yeah, 1,000,000%. Absolutely.
All right, so they're locked in with soccer. Jonathan and Matt, what you say?
Matt, that was a little bit different than our answer. We went with football.
Proper football. Proper football.
That's right.
Football.
Proper football.
The correct answer is soccer. I will accept football as the correct answer.
Yay.
And
Yes, the
apparently,
proper way, played with cars.
so apparently, Erin's Super Mario Brothers journey ended with Super Mario World because she cannot play 3-dimensional games.
Side scrollers for the rest of my life.
And Ben, we dressed appropriately for the first question, so fantastic.
There you go. Also, highly recommend the Super Mario Brothers movie to anyone who has not watched it. You will enjoy it way better than your kids. I'm just going to throw it out there. Right?
It's
awesome.
great.
Round 1, question 2. The question comes from Nolan Werner.
Thank you, Nolan.
Thank you.
And the category is Ben wants you to murder a hit.
Oh, yeah. All right.
All right. Ben wants you to sing any part of this 1984 hit released by a band eponymous to its mononymous lead singer. Y'all understand? You want me to explain that?
The name of the band is the single name of the lead singer.
Correct. The band is named after the lead singer who goes by a single name.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here are your lyrics. Diamond Life, Lover Boy, we move in space with minimum waste and maximum joy.
Oh, I 100%
Can you
have
paste
this,
it in
Erin.
the chat, Ben?
I will.
Thank you. on a music question, you're doing that?
Yeah, that is a little cruel, isn't it? Sorry about that.
Albert knows it 1,000,000,000%. I'm not 100% sure what the question call is. Is it just name the band or is it
Sing. I want you to sing any part of the song.
Oh, I can do that.
cool?
All right. Are y'all locked in?
I don't know if you started. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So, Matt, that era, mononymous singer bands, Prince is the first one that comes to mind, even though they did go by Prince in the Revolution. But it might have, I don't know if 1984 is Purple Rain. And so I think that was just Prince, but I'm not sure. Do you know the lyrics at all?
So I got stuck on the one hit in '84, and Prince is one of them. But there's also, and I'm not sure the name was right. In they did 99 Luft Balloons was Nina. And
Diamond Life, Lover Boy, we're moving space with
I don't. It doesn't quite. It kind of, but Prince makes sense too. I don't. But I can't see those lyrics in a Prince song that we would know.
Okay, so that's a possibility. Can you think of any other bands that went by their lead singer's single name? I mean, you gave a good choice. Prince is very possible.
Yeah.
That was a year that only had 5 number one songs that year. It was Prince. It was Springsteen. It was Huey Lewis and the News. It was Michael Jackson.
But it doesn't say number one. It just says hit.
Yeah. I'm just trying to get myself in the era.
Yeah.
Hall & Oates was popular.
I'm just trying to get the two that pop into my head were Prince and Nina.
Hold on. We move in space with minimum waste and maximum joy. Blondie is not named after their lead singer. Her name's Deborah Harry.
Debbie Harry.
Tina Turner's not a one-name singer.
Cher.
Cher's not a band, though.
No.
Cher is just the person.
Yep.
And you don't think this is Prince? But we can't.
I don't know.
We're naming bands right now. We're not even close to a song.
Yeah.
I think we're wasting time, dude. Are you going to get a song out of this?
I don't know a Prince song. I don't know the lyric. I know the only thing, like I said, the only thing I think of where I could fit it in was Nina, but I don't know if that's right. It may be earlier, like 82, 83 also. But yeah, I don't know like a Prince song.
Why don't we just do When Doves Cry? That's a Prince song. We'll do that, and I will badly sing When Doves Cry. Do 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 do.
Maybe I'm just like your mother.
All right, that's our bad answer.
Just like your father, too bold. There you go.
All right. They're locked in with When Doves Cry. All right. Erin and Albert, what did you say?
Ben, thank you so much for this question. I grew up. This is one of my all-time favorite singers. Matt, what would you call Sir Marcus Rashford, MBE?
what would I call him?
Yeah.
Like, I can't say that on this show. It's kind of a family show. So. But go ahead.
He's a Manchester United player, and he's a smooth operator.
Oh,
Smooth
no.
operator by Sade.
It is Smooth Operator by Sade. I gave you the opening lyrics to that song.
How does it? Can you like hum that? How?
Yeah, I can sing it for you.
Yeah.
Diamond life, lover boy. We move in space with minimum waste, maximum joy.
Yeah. Oh man, that's a really good question.
I could have sat here all day and never got to that.
I like Sade too. Damn
That's a good
it!
song.
Nobody doesn't like Sade.
Right?
Absolutely.
All right, so round 1, question 3. Your category is, speaking of mononymous and eponymous.
There's got to be a question about a hippopotamus.
Perhaps. Hip hop anonymous. All right, here's your question. Rule number 2, don't get high on your own supply, is an iconic piece of advice given to and ultimately ignored by the main character of what 1983 film?
You're 100% on that, Matt?
That's time frame. It's very apropos for that. It's eponymous, one name.
Yeah, you know what, Matt? I'm good with it.
Okay.
We'll lock it in.
Yeah, we were just about to do the same. Pretty sure this is Scarface.
You locked in with Scarface, Jonathan and Matt. What did you say?
We also said Scarface. Same way.
Yep, the correct answer is Scarface. Good job to both teams.
Yeah, how does that? I've never seen Scarface. I don't really want to watch Scarface. How does that play out in the movie? It seems like it doesn't go well for this
Happy
person.
ending. No. Very
Really?
happy
Oh,
ending.
good.
Grows old,
Well, so
gives
he,
back to the community. It's very
He
nice.
gets white
That's really
hair,
short.
right? A lot of white hair.
yeah, right.
You
Well,
see his little friend?
yeah, well, yeah. Say hello to my little friend. The last scene of Scarface is pretty. That's kind of what the whole movie's known for in a lot of ways. It's one of the most violent scenes in movie history, but it's pretty iconic. Yeah, he starts out as kind of a small time dealer. Robert Loggia plays kind of his boss, his drug boss. They're sitting in a nightclub with Michelle Pfeiffer, I believe. It was like one of her big breaks. She's a drug addict, Robert Loggia's wife. And Robert Loggia is giving him the rules. He's like, number 1, never underestimate the greed of the other guy. And then Michelle Pfeiffer says, rule number 2, don't get high on your own supply. And of course, Scarface ends up addicted to cocaine and trouble ensues for him. Let's put it that way. Spoiler alert.
That's a great way to get like the plot of the movie. Here's what sets it off, and trouble ensues.
Trouble ensues. Yeah, everybody dies. That's all you need to know. So at the end of the first round, Erin and Albert have 30 points. Jonathan and Matt have 20 points.
You know what, Matt? I appreciate your willingness to take a dive on one of these questions so that we can have the opportunity to make a comeback. That was really, really good.
I do what I can. Play from behind. We're Chelsea.
Yeah.
We play from behind.
There you go. There you go. That's also apropos for the Royals and the Magic.
Indeed.
Damn.
Life's rough, man. Life is rough.
It is what it is. If you're going to color coordinate your teams, you got to take the good with the bad, man. That's all I got to say. So, round 2, question 1. Your category is science.
Science. Oh, that was weak, Matt. That was so weak. You nodded your head and didn't even open your mouth.
So great for audio.
Didn't you see it? It was like he's like, yeah, yeah. No, he said science.
I'm really in my head. I'm going crap a science question.
Oh
so.
no! Oh my god!
Good.
He works at aeronautics and doesn't want a science
I have
question.
a degree in science, but it's political science, so it does me no good.
Oh, it's the wrong kind of science.
It's the right kind, but yeah.
You know what? It's the right kind, but also the wrong kind.
Yeah.
All right, here's your question. The first programmable electronic general purpose digital computer was completed in 1945. What was its name? I will offer a hint here.
Oh yeah, great.
The name is an acronym.
Oh,
Can you give us a hint that confirms what we were thinking about?
You want me to read your chat and tell you whether you're on the right track or not?
No, just
but
give
yes.
us a better hint.
You just want a better hint than that. That's okay. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
You get what you get.
I want a hint that doesn't make our guess wrong.
Here's your hint, and also the answer.
Oh no, not a nag. A bag of nothing.
I was some term I didn't know, but now I got it. Yeah. It's
Got about 1 minute left.
All right, we'll go ahead.
We'll
And,
lock in.
ah,
Haha.
You beat us.
Yeah, I guess so. That's
Well,
we'll do it.
If there's one thing I can guarantee, at a absolute minimum, we are going to give a smart answer here. Okay? I can guarantee it because our answer is SMART, smart.
Okay. I like it. All right, Erin and Albert, what did you say?
A lot of dumb answers.
D-U-M-B, dumb.
That actually makes me sound smart. No. Erin and I were talking, and the only thing we could think of is, I guess if we're going with the eponymous theme, we're just going to say that it was called Ben.
Oh,
Ooh,
that's
laughing's
clever.
Wrong.
Flattery does get you everywhere, but it does not give you a right answer.
Does it give a smart answer?
I mean, it's a smart answer. That's as best as I can do. All right, so this computer that was completed in 1945 was called the Electronic Numeral Integrator and Computer, also known as ENIAC, ENIAC.
Yeah.
ENIAC.
Way in the back of my brain, I read it like once 5 years ago writing a question, but it was never coming out. But that's why I liked Enigma so much, was Albert's first guess, because it was like right in that, those letters.
Have I I've mixed these up all the time. Did I mix up initialism and acronym again? Because we were looking for a word that formed a word. Or we were looking for initials that formed a word. Because I thought an acronym had to be a word.
Yeah, good question.
Does?
One of them is a word and one of them is not a word. Initialism versus acronym. And I thought acronym was the word.
We need Carmela here.
Because
I think you're right, Jonathan.
Yeah.
I classified it as acronym because you can say it as if it's not like IBM where you have to pronounce each individual letter.
Well,
you
know
can
what? Let's
say
check.
ENIAC.
Yeah. Let's check. Because it doesn't change it. We're not going to get the answer right either way. So I'm not saying let's go back, but I want to make sure we clarify it for anybody now.
Yeah.
Acronym.
So in a dictionary.com, it lists ASCII as an acronym, ASCII, as an example.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
so I would say the ENIAC would apply based on those rules.
You got it. Yeah, an acronym is pronounced as a word. That doesn't mean it is a word.
Yep.
That's cool. That's actually a better understanding for me of what the hell an acronym is.
See, that's like Carmela helps me with those things. I get it twisted in my head all the time, and she's straight. She's the straightened outer. So when I need to get straightened out, I go to Carmela. She's the straightener outer.
Yeah, as somebody who works in space and aerospace, everything is an acronym. So
there you go.
Everything.
Yeah, well, I went back from a MUBA back in 2013 and got my MUBA from Florida State from Sue. Sue.
I got an IMPA. I got an IMPA from Uno. So yeah.
Oh boy. Yeah, I'm sure there's a sex joke in there somewhere. I'm going to stay away from it though. All right. Round 2, question 2. Your category is food and love.
Oh yeah. Oh, by the way, a PhD would be a food. That's your acronym for PhD. Food.
Yep. That's what it is. Okay. We're going to give Jonathan a moment to he's flummoxed over there.
These are fun.
Yeah, they are. So here's your food and love question. Menudo is a traditional Mexican soup made of broth, hominy, lime, onions, cilantro, oregano, red chili peppers, and what's primary ingredient?
What? Are you critiquing the question, or is that the answer you want to give?
Yeah, that's the answer.
It is?
I'm almost 99% sure it is.
It sounds like you have better knowledge than I did, but I thought for sure that this was that.
No, that's the main ingredient. I'm pretty sure. I'm almost positive.
I'd be
if it's not. If it's not, I'm shocked. But I watch a lot of food shows.
Yeah, dude, we're going with your answer.
We'll lock that in.
Okay, Erin and Albert.
Yeah. So the correct answer is Ricky Martin, Erin.
Outside, inside, living la vida loca.
No, it's because he was actually in the band Menudo.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm like,
yes.
I don't get it, but that's good. Good joke. I'm just an idiot. Albert had an actual guess that sounded really good and then fit with what Jonathan said about a critique of the question.
I mean, I do live in LA, so I think I've seen this once or twice. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it's tripe.
Okay. And Jonathan and Matt?
We got there too. That's tripe is a part of a stomach, and that's the main ingredient in menudo. So it's very honeycomb looking and very chewy, but it's good stuff.
Terrible.
No, it's good. It's not quite haggis, but it's good.
Well, y'all are playing two rival soccer teams, so it's only natural y'all would disagree on whether that ingredient is any good or not. So yeah, the menudo, the primary ingredient is cow stomach, also known as tripe. Good job, both
Nice
teams.
job. I could have sworn it was beans. I was way off. Why do I have beans related to menudo in my head?
Don't know. In a traditional combination is no beans. Maybe the hominy is like that beanish component that you're thinking about, but yeah.
Man.
Okay, so your last question in round 2, the category is philosophy. The origin of comic book icon Superman has been incorrectly linked to Ubermensch, a concept character featured in an 1883 book by what philosopher?
You have meow meows on that, Matt? Nope. All right. I haven't been able to play with my toys yet in this game. It's kind of disappointing.
Well,
I was meow meow on the last one for sure. So.
Oh, you saying that? Okay,
Yeah.
well, let me just, I think you're right, but I'm going to double check you, okay? So I'm going to ask you this. All right, so I feel like we can go with it then.
Yeah.
All right, we'll lock in.
Erin and Albert.
We are coming with an educated guess.
Yeah, exactly. So if we're talking about German philosophers from the 19th century, the only person I could come up with was Kant, Immanuel Kant. So I think we decided to lock in with Kant.
You can't do that.
Yes, he can. All right. Jonathan and Matt.
Matt, you were first on this.
Yeah, I think, German philosophers, and now I'm second guessing, I came up with Nietzsche. Jonathan came up with asked about Marx. We kind of split them between maybe my thought was Marx is more societal, government based, how people live, whereas Nietzsche was more human, individual type thing like that. So we went with Nietzsche.
I like Nietzsche too.
Good guess.
I think that he has a book called Man and Superman, which really fits this question really well, if that's right.
So yeah, the book, I don't have the title right in front of me, but the reference to Ubermensch has been incorrectly translated as Superman. And a lot of people think that's where the origin of the character came from. But the context of the word really translates closer to overman, which is describing a man that's kind of overcoming his personal barriers to become a higher form of himself. And that book was written by Nietzsche. So great job, Jonathan and Matt.
Good job.
Nice.
Woohoo!
At the end of the second round, we got a tie score, y'all, 40-40.
We came back. Comeback is complete.
Okay, round 3, question 1. Your category is money.
Money, 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 money. Money.
The T in TD Bank stands for what city? The bank's headquarters.
Meow meow on this, Jonathan, if you want to hit it.
Woohoo! Meow, meow.
Oh, snap.
I'm right there with you on your meow meows too, so we're good. We're going to lock it in.
Okay, Erin and Albert.
Well, Albert said Toronto, which makes sense as it starts with a T. The Bruins play in the TD Bank North Garden, so geographically, you're kind of nearby.
Yeah.
What other,
As Ben would say, it's within 500 miles.
I mean, it's probably not Tempe. It's probably not Tallahassee.
Or Tampa.
Probably not Timbuktu. I mean, yeah, Toronto makes sense, and I have no other ins. I can continue naming. Well, I might be out of T cities, but I can keep trying if you want. But I think Toronto's a good guess.
Tijuana.
That was Tijuana. Oh, you're right. Yeah.
It's true.
No, that's the first thing that came to mind. And having been in Toronto, I think I've seen a couple TD banks there too. So I like the idea of the geography for Boston and all that too. So yeah,
cool.
Let's say Toronto.
Jonathan and Matt, what did you say?
We said Toronto. TD's Toronto Dominion Bank out of Toronto. So yeah, absolutely locked in Toronto.
So Matt took 100% of my flavor text. This is Toronto Dominion Bank. Good job.
Nice. Matt knew the T and the D.
Well, I'm a customer, and we do financing through our work with them, so I know TD very well. So
cool.
Yep. Awesome. Round 3, question 2 is in sports.
Sports.
Everyone knows that the Green Bay Packers won the first Super Bowl. What team did they defeat?
Oh, I can lock this in, Jonathan.
I feel pretty good about this myself. I'm going to assume that you're saying this. Yep. We're locked in. Toot toot.
First the meow meow, now the toot toot. I love it.
I don't have any idea. Albert did name a team.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I love sports. I'm literally watching United play right now, and I'm terrible when it comes to conference and stuff like that. So I can't remember who plays what. I mean,
They play football.
they do play football. The other football.
I mean, so he said Colts. I don't hate Colts. I don't have any idea. Because this is a league history question. This is a specific game history question. I don't know. It's a good question.
Star was in it. I'm just trying to remember. I'm just trying to think of early teams. I don't know why I want to say that the Colts are one of the early ones. I'm just trying to think of old teams. I know the Chiefs are one of the oldest ones as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to remember what conference the Colts are in versus the Chiefs. Chiefs are AFC, so that would be Green Bay would be NFC. If I'm thinking that right. The Colts
They are now. I mean,
I think the Colts might be in the other division. Because the thing is, if that's the case, then, you know, if the Colts are in another division or in the same division as Green Bay, then they can't play each other in the Super Bowl, right? So, or even if the early one, right? Even if before those, however the leagues is defined now, you know, in the different.
Yeah, but are we still talking Baltimore Colts? Is that this era? Would that be?
That's what I would assume, yeah.
And would that change your analysis at all?
No, because that would still keep it as one of the older teams. It's just that the Chiefs and the Colts are the only ones I could really think that are that old. The Oilers maybe, but I don't think they've ever been. That doesn't sound right. That doesn't feel right either. The Chiefs. The only thing about the Chiefs is then I could see it, like, at least in my mind now, I can think of it as being in two different conferences, so it would make sense. Even if I don't know why I keep wanting to say the Colts, but the Chiefs. The only thing that makes sense for me.
Would you like me to flip a coin?
Sure. Well,
cool.
All right. It's not going to help.
Well, yeah. Chiefs' heads, tails. So Colts or Chiefs, either way. You can go with the coin.
Let's kill it. Look, Chiefs. I know that it's going to be. They're going to be in a different one if they're going to be in the right division or conference or whatever. So I feel like the Chiefs.
Okay, cool.
Okay, let's say Chiefs.
Matt, they flipped a coin, and between Colts and Chiefs, and got Colts and went Chiefs. Teams in the AFC, the American Football Conference that were old enough. I mean, you talk about like the Steelers and the Browns and the Colts for sure.
The Raiders. The Colts were but the Colts were NFC at that point. They were the Baltimore Colts. They played in the NFC.
Because
Johnny Unitas, and they got
because the Jets were over there in the AFC, and the third Super Bowl, the first two Super Bowls were lost by the Kansas City Chiefs.
Nope, just the first one.
Just the first one?
Yep. Yeah.
You sure?
I think they beat the Raiders in the second one, yeah. Kansas City's only they'd lost 2 Super Bowls.
I could have sworn it was the first two.
They lost the first one, won the fifth, I believe.
I'll defer. Either way, Chiefs were the right answer.
Yeah, I grew up in the Kansas City area, so
okay.
I know this. They did not, and I'm not a Chiefs fan, but they did not. They went to the first Super Bowl. The second one, I think, was the Raiders.
Okay.
So Chiefs.
The Green Bay Packers won 35-10 against the Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh, man.
Great job, both teams.
We were so hard.
They played the Raiders in Super Bowl II and beat the Raiders. The Packers did. Super Bowl III was the Colts and the Jets. Colts were an NFL team prior to the merger. I believe they switched to AFC after they moved to Indianapolis. It may have happened before then. I don't know.
It was before then. Yeah, it was
before then. Okay, so they switched. Yeah. And then the Chiefs won Super Bowl IV. I forget who they played. It was not the Packers.
They played the Minnesota Vikings, the first of their 4 losses.
There you go. Yep.
That was really hard to listen to, especially with the coin flip drama. We were doing straight faces all question long, and then you flip a coin and go with the other. It's like, no! No!
He pulled a Jonathan from an incorrect coin flip.
It just didn't feel right. It kept... yeah. It was nagging at me.
That was great. That was great. Round 3, question 3. Your category is, he did what?
What? He did not.
In 2012, Felix Baumgartner set a world record, reaching a speed of Mach 1.25 by doing what?
I have meow-meows on this.
Okay, Erin. Let's lock that in.
Cool. I was just thinking, I haven't known this whole game, but I know this.
There you go. Jonathan and Matt.
Wow, is that true? Matt,
I
talk
think that's
about
who
it.
that was.
Talk about
I
it.
think Felix
They're locked in.
Baumgartner was the guy that went like super high up, not into low Earth orbit, but he got way up there and then jumped and parachuted out. I think that's what he did, and I think that was Felix Baumgartner. I could be wrong, but he was the first person to skydive from that level. So that's my answer, is skydiving or whatever. But he did he came out and jumped.
So, bro, I got
really
know.
fast.
I got to ask you a question.
Go ahead.
So I'm gonna agree with you because you're probably right. I want to know this. We're saying that this dude broke the sound barrier with his body.
He was suited.
So did this have any effect on him? Like, there is a sonic boom. There is a physical explosion when you break the sound barrier.
Yeah, I believe that's who that was. Felix Baumgartner, I believe, was a skydiver. That's what I think it was. I mean, it's the late Felix Baumgartner, but no, I'm just kidding. I think he was
Yeah, going over Mach 1. I don't think he's late for anything.
Yeah,
that dude's on time.
I think
all right, we're gonna say skydiving.
Yeah, that was good. Regardless of whether you got the right answer or not, I like that what you just said. That was awesome. Erin and Albert, what did you say?
This was all Erin.
Yeah, this was this is an event that was sponsored by Red Bull, and the capsule he jumped out of is actually at the Udvar Hazy Museum in DC. I've seen it. It's small. It looks a little cramped. What I said to Albert was he jumped out of space. I don't know if he actually got up to space, but they shot him really high in the sky, and he jumped out and broke the sound barrier, and that's what he did.
Yeah, so he was elevated to an altitude of 24 miles and did a free fall skydive from space.
My God.
So I will accept both answers as correct. Yeah, and he would have been in a pressurized suit, so that would have protected him from whatever potential eardrum shattering that the Mach speed would have done.
Yeah.
Because 24 miles, you need to be in a pressurized suit for that.
Yeah.
It's a long way down.
Oh,
a long way
God.
down. Yeah, it's insane. Yeah, something's wrong with you to like jump from that high. Like something's off. The marbles have started to pull loose in your head to do that.
I'm afraid to jump off this table, so let alone.
It sounds like something out of like was it Afro Man who did And Then I Got High?
And then I got high.
Right?
Yeah.
This sounds like something that Afro Man suggests, like, we can get higher.
Amazing. At the end of round 3, going to the midpoint, we still have a tie score. Y'all both swept the round. It's 70-70.
Good game, y'all.
Yeah.
Your midpoint is brought to us by Rob Warman.
Oh, thank you, Rob. Prolific trivia writer.
I haven't got any questions from Rob in a while. I'm hoping he didn't quit out of disgust because I haven't hosted in a long time. But I'm still using your questions, Rob. So thank you for your questions. Here's your question. And your category is food and love.
Mm-hmm.
Starburst candy has been hugely popular since it was introduced in the United States in 1967. While the cherry flavor is hugely popular today, it didn't debut until the 1980s. Name the 4 original Starburst flavors.
So that's say we can lock in. Then I saw Albert's face. Are you still thinking?
Yeah, I can't think of anything else. So.
Yeah, me neither.
Okay.
Matt, I know that lemon or that yellow is definitely lemon right now. What it was in the past, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, pink is everybody's favorite. I don't know if that's strawberry. I'm pretty sure it's not pink lemonade, though, because they already have lemon, and it doesn't really taste like lemonade at all. We both say lemon and orange for sure. We think strawberry is a valid answer. So we're looking for that last, and you think it is a fruit.
Yeah, I don't think it's like chocolate or vanilla or anything like that. I think it's a fruit. Starburst is a fruit chew. Call them fruit chews.
Yeah, well, yeah, okay. Well, then sour apple is a possibility. Banana.
Is there a green apple, a green one?
Yeah, so here's where my brain is at, though. I'm wondering if the original thing still was red, and they just changed what was in the red colored wrapper. Because, like, I'm looking back into my memory, and I don't ever see a purple or a green Starburst. That's not like a tropical flavored one. You know what I mean?
Red, yellow, orange. Yeah, red, yellow, orange, pink.
Yeah. It feels like it's always been that. What year did you say the change was made, Ben?
Cherry was added in the 1980s.
1980s. I feel good about the 3 that we have.
Yeah, lemon, strawberry, orange. But you said like a raspberry.
Like raspberry could be, blackberry, kiwi, watermelon. Hey, is Pink possibly. No, pink. I feel like pink is strawberry.
Strawberry.
Watermelon's not a bad guess, though.
Yeah.
Want to go with that?
Yeah, that could. Yeah, definitely. Let's
All
do
right.
that. Let's do lemon, orange, strawberry, and watermelon. Correct.
All right, let's do it.
Those 4.
So you're locked in with
Lock
lemon,
that in,
orange,
yep.
strawberry, and watermelon.
Yes.
Erin and Albert, what did you say?
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, we had the same kind of conversation. We also thought lemon, orange, strawberry, and why I was thinking is because at the last second I was thinking maybe it was watermelon, but the one we ended up, the fourth one we ended up locking in with was banana. We thought maybe that was one of the other flavors. Vaguely remember that, but sounded right to us.
All right, so your original Starburst candy flavors were lemon, orange, strawberry, and lime.
There was a green.
We all were like, there's never been a green Starburst.
Yeah, we
That's
couldn't picture that
insanity.
either.
Why would you do? I don't understand candies that do lemon and lime. That's the same flavor with just a different color.
Dude, listen, 1967 is a whole lot of beep. I don't understand. I'm just going to chalk it up to the 60s, bro.
They could taste more flavors back then.
Oh,
Apparently so. So, fun fact, I saw this. I watch a YouTube channel called Veritasium. It's a science-related channel, and they talked about the introduction of lead in gasoline actually directly contributed to lowering of the IQ of the entire world because the amount of lead that was released in the atmosphere.
Oh my God.
And that we really didn't start seeing a recovery until they banned leaded gasoline in I believe it was the 70s.
Whoa.
So we literally got dumber as a planet because of the amount of lead that was in the atmosphere.
Wow.
I'll chalk it up to that too. There's a lot of lead in the atmosphere.
Well, I mean, the lead flavored Starburst didn't last long either.
No.
I mean, it really,
Yeah.
it just hit your stomach and it didn't go anywhere.
Yeah, it was as successful as the lead balloon. So
Oh, yeah.
And it really wasn't as good as the paint chips. So yeah.
Yeah. You notice
They were
that
way
Nina's her follow-up song, 99 Lead Balloons, didn't go anywhere.
No, it didn't. It didn't. We also nobody ever talks about the forgotten Starburst flavor of asbestos. That didn't. After the midpoint, we still got a tie score, y'all. It's 85-85.
Great.
Great game.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
All right, that is the end of the first half. And before we go on to the second half, I want to let you know that today's show is sponsored by SporkleCon. That's right, SporkleCon is back. We're going back to Washington, D.C., and I want to see you there. It is going to be from September 8th to the 10th in D.C. It's the biggest quizzing trivia conference in the whole country. You don't want to miss it. There's going to be a lot of warheads there. I'm going to be there. Carmela's going to be there. Nick's going to be there. Erin's going to be there. Zakiya might even be there. We are going to have a contingent. We are going to have a great time. There's over 50 events for all different skill levels. There's team things. There's individual things. And we're going to be doing a live recording on Sunday, the last day of the conference, Sunday at 2 o'clock. You don't want to miss it. The last one was so much fun. You can get a discounted ticket right now. Go to sporklecon.com, go to the ticket section, and use the code TWA, in all caps, TWA. You will get $15 off your full weekend pass, and you will let them know that you're going because we told you to. So it's a win-win for both of us. I want to see you there. Truly, we had the most fun last time. We're going to have a ton of fun again this time. Go to sporklecon.com and use the code TWA when you buy your tickets to get $15 off. Today's show is also sponsored by Every Plate. Look, the reason to get Every Plate is simple. It's 25% cheaper than grocery shopping for the same stuff, and it's easier. You're going to be able to cook so much more easily. Everything is pre-portioned. Everything is set up for you, and you're saving money. It's a win-win for you. You ought to give it a try. They have some really great stuff happening right now. They have feel-good food, like feta stuffed salmon and Mediterranean steak and rice bowl. They also have Nutrish and Delish meals, like a one-pan chicken fajita with pico de gallo. Guys, this is where it's at right now. You're going to be saving money. It's cheaper than your average fast casual meal, and it's high quality ingredients. You know what you're getting when you get Every Plate. I tell you what, I'm not a great cook, But every plate, sometimes it makes me feel like I'm a great cook because it puts everything together, gives me the instructions, and lets me go. And you can customize. You can go in and swap what your proteins are and what your sides are to make sure that you're getting exactly what you want. You can get Every Plate for $1.49 a meal. Just go to everyplate.com/the word podcast and enter code TWA49. That's right. You can get started with Every Plate for just $1.49 a meal by going to everyplate.com/podcast and entering code TWA49. Now's the time to give it a try if you haven't already. This is good stuff. All right, let's get on with the second half of today's game.
Your round 4 was brought to us by Rob Warman.
Rob Warman.
The one and only Rob Warman, prolific trivia writer. Round 4, question 1, your category is keep rolling. How many sides are on the die inside of a standard Magic 8-ball toy?
You will lock in.
So, Matt, going with like a gut answer of 12 is fine. I am worried about it, though, because I know that when you shake that thing up and the flat part of it lands in the opening, it's a triangle, right? And so that means that all sides of whatever this is are triangles. And I'm trying to imagine if you have a flat bottom, right? And the flat bottom is a triangle, that means there can only be 3 things that extend out from that triangle because there's only 3 sides for it to connect to. And if each of those are also triangles, then you end up with 1 flat and then 3 upwards like this, and then 3 downwards like this. So that's 6 in a ring, but that gets you to a flat surface where you have to put another 6 in a ring to get to another flat surface, which would be 14, which I'm not great at visualizing this, honestly. If you want to just say 12 and trust that I'm bad at geography. No, I'm decent at geography. Geology? No, not geology. I'm bad at smart. I'm not good at smart.
So how I got to the answer, Jonathan, is there's a line in the TV show Big Bang Theory. And it's one of my favorite shows, watch it a lot. And they talk about, hey, I'm going to stay home. And what are you going to do? Stay home and break open your Magic 8-ball and figure out what's inside. And Sheldon goes, don't worry, it's a dodecahedron in a blue dye something. And Raj goes, hey, spoiler alert. So
you remember a freaking quote.
It's a line, dodecahedron in blue. That's what I remember from that line. So I didn't know it was 12-sided. I went dodecahedron. Hopefully you knew what
Dodeca
that was.
is 12.
Yeah, I'm going to say 12 because that was the line from the show. I'd have to look it up if it's something different, but I'm pretty sure I've seen that. I've watched that episode.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I say dodecahedron 12. That's what I know from that show. It's the only way I would have known.
Love it. Let's go with
had
it.
an answer. Dodecahedron 12 locked in.
Erin and Albert.
So probably 7 or 8 years ago, I took an 8-ball and customized it for a coworker of mine, and it was a pain in the ass. And it ended up being a really cool gift. But the reason I haven't done it since then is that it required like a hacksaw, and that shit stains, and it was a whole thing. But what I said to Albert was I remember having to come up with more things than I expected to put on the thing inside. So we also said 12, but then you start talking about triangles. I'm like, you're right. So I don't actually know if my memory is accurate, but I feel like it was 12, and that's what we went with.
I'm worried because the triangle, if you know your D&D die, an icosahedron is a 20-sided die, and those are flat triangles. So, but Matt has strong memory, so feels like it's going to be right.
So you both locked in with 12.
Okay, yeah.
All right, 10 points to Ravenclaw on this one. So you're right. Dodecahedron is 12-sided, but a dodecahedron has pentagons for their faces.
Yes.
And I realized after I asked this question, there's a massive hint in my background.
Mm-hmm. It's a D20. These are triangle sides.
20-sided die. The answer is 20.
So it was a lot more than I expected to have to write down.
Yeah, the reason I couldn't get there visually is that the face is not flat with triangles built around it. It's like a cap. There's 2 caps of 5 and a ring of 10 around the middle. So if you look at like this side forward, there's 5 things around here, there's 5 things around here, and then there's 10 interlocking triangles around the middle.
Yes.
So I can't trust sitcom writers anymore for my science questions.
That is a shame.
But
That is
that's
if
what
you
they
can't
said.
trust a
I'm gonna go back
sitcom
and look it
writer,
up.
who can you trust?
Yeah. Well, I think dodecahedron worked better than the one you said. So
Nobody knows what
icosahedron doesn't roll as much. Yeah. All right. So question 2 in the Rob Warman round is in science.
Science.
What mammal, native to the northern side of the Pacific Rim, has a fur density of 1 million hairs per square inch, making it the furriest animal on Earth?
Don't know the answer, but I'm excited to find out.
Let's go with it then. That's our best answer.
Yep.
All right, we're gonna lock in.
Erin and Al, we got about 30 seconds.
Great. We've discussed a number of animals. Started with beaver, but Pacific Rim made it sound like it needs to be more specific than something that is probably all over the continent. And then I'm thinking something maybe like an ermine that's used for coats, because coats are also furry. So we got ermines and minks and other things like that. And Albert said, where are minks from? And I sent a shrug emoji, and that's where we are. Rabbits and foxes and anything up there is going to be furry because it needs to stay warm.
Yeah, and I'm thinking this thing is in water a lot, and hence they need the fur.
Yeah.
Because I was... wait. What about Kodiak bears? Kodiak would be up in that area, no?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Ooh.
Love it.
Okay, let's say Kodiak.
Okay, you're locked in with Kodiak bear. Jonathan and Matt.
I mean, we're in the same general vicinity, and I did think about Kodiak, Matt, but I liked polar bear better. Polar bears, I think they're known for their warmth, and I feel like I've heard something like this before. So
yeah, it was both our first real gut answer. So sometimes that's best, but who knows? But yeah, polar bear. Yeah.
That was our answer.
10 more points to Ravenclaw.
No.
I have seen these animals up close at the aquarium in Tampa. They are some of the cutest animals on Earth. We're looking for otters or sea otters.
Sea lion.
No, I literally saw them last month at the Monterey Aquarium. So I wasn't expecting them. Yeah.
I was at what's the name of the big rock down in the southern, a little bit north of LA. You have that giant rock out in the ocean.
Morro.
I went to Morro Rock last year, a couple of years ago, and saw a bunch of otters.
Yep.
And I thought about that. We talked about seals and sea lions, and I thought about otters, but I didn't think there was any reason to go them over the bears like we did, you know?
Yeah. My first guess was polar bear, too, just because of the same thing. You remember something about that and thickness and all that. And
It is what it is.
Frustrating.
Your last category in the Rob Warman round is in music and movies.
Music!
In 1982, Neil Diamond produced his last top 5 single entitled Heartlight. Later that year, Diamond paid Universal Studios $25,000 over copyright claims due to the song's obvious references to what blockbuster film?
I don't know it as an answer, but I'm very confident in that logic, Matt.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, let's lock it in. You guys can talk.
Okay, you're locked in. You can talk.
Okay.
I don't know movies or music, so this is all you.
Awesome. All right, let's just think early 80s blockbusters.
Yeah, see, here's the thing. I don't know any.
Okay, cool.
So,
or prior to 82 blockbusters. So Star Wars and Indiana Jones.
I would assume that with the title like Heartlight and by Neil Diamond, it would be like when was this is going to sound stupid. When was The Bodyguard?
That would have been 93.
That was way later.
92,
okay.
Something like that.
What is the movie I'm thinking of?
What would Universal make? Like E.T.? Actually, I would not be surprised if it's E.T. And that it would be it would be 82 as well.
I'm cool with that.
I know it sounds weird, but that's the only blockbuster I can think of from around that time.
Yeah,
okay.
Let's go with it.
Oh, you know what though? Heartlight. Wouldn't that also mean that like a glowing heart, like E.T.? Mm-hmm. It sounds stupid, but there's a connection there.
I have seen E.T. in case anyone's worried.
I'm gonna say
yeah.
I'm gonna say Heartlight. So that's E.T. It's a glowing heart. Why didn't I look at the clue? That would be easy. Okay, yeah, let's say E.T. Locked it in.
Lock it in.
Jonathan and Matt.
Well, I think they did everything but flip the coin and pick the wrong answer again.
Man, this is just hard sometimes. You're like, and there's a connection. Yeah, there's a connection. E.T.'s heart literally glows like a light.
Oh.
Yeah, we absolutely got there. 82, Big Clue, E.T., Blockbuster. This all fit. We said E.T.
He did phone home. Correct answer is E.T.
I know.
So I remember in the early 80s going to see E.T. and going to see Empire Strikes Back. And I was more scared of Empire Strikes Back than I was E.T. No idea why.
Yeah.
I was just a weird kid. Like C-3PO freaked me out more than E.T. did. No idea why. Just this is the way it went.
You were younger for Empire, though. If you saw it in the theater, it was a year or two before E.T.
So here's the thing. It's entirely possible that it may have been Return of the Jedi and not Empire Strikes Back, because I don't remember which movie it was. And honestly, I wouldn't have remembered Empire because I would have only been 2 years old. I wouldn't have remembered. So it had to have been Return of the Jedi. It was probably Jabba the Hutt that freaked me out.
And the Sarlacc.
Oh yeah, that is super
The Sarlacc
scary.
pit, yeah, that was nuts.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, E.T.'s your correct answer there. So at the end of the fourth round, score is still tied, 95-95.
What a game.
Round 5, question 1. Your category is Fun with Flags. The flag of Uganda is a field of black, yellow, and red stripes with a white circle in the middle featuring what animal?
Okay, we'll just lock that in.
Okay, Erin and Albert, you can talk.
So he said it's sort of like the Belgian flag and there's no end to that sentence.
With a white circle and some kind of a silhouette of an animal in the middle of it. And I just can't place if, like you said, it's an antelope or an elephant or a rhino.
And we're sure it's not like a bird. I don't think it's a bird. I think it's something with 4 legs.
Kangaroo.
Yeah, I think I agree. I think it's something with 4 legs. And I'm just thinking something of power, right? That's why I'm going with something like a rhino or an elephant.
Tiger? Lion?
Yeah, tiger would also, yeah. How good are you with geography? Like, would you happen to know where in Africa Uganda is? I have a general idea.
I think I know. I hate saying this sort of stuff on mic. It is down near the big lake. It's near Tanzania. It's near,
okay.
I think it's like west central.
So that would mean that if it's over by Tanzania, it would be over by the Serengeti. So I don't know why I just keep wanting to think it's going to be a big animal. I mean, and the other thing too is we're not sure what kind of bird we could name, right? So
the only African bird I know is Zazu. And I know that's not it. Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with like a rhino or an elephant. Elephant sounds good. And the other thing is like it's going to be a distinctive animal, right? It wouldn't be like
that elephant, you think?
Yeah, or rhino, also distinctive. I got the coin right here. If you want, we can flip it and pick the other one.
Let's do that. 3 for 3? Yeah, okay.
All right. Let's make tails rhino.
Okay.
She's heads. Rhino it is.
All right, let's go with rhino.
Weirdest logic ever. Probably right, though. Watch that happen. Yes, Matt and I didn't know. He guessed elephant. I guessed lion. Lion specifically because that is one of the most popular animals to put on flags, to my knowledge. There's a few animals that appear on a lot of flags. That's one of them. So with that logic, we ended up going lion.
So the flag of Uganda features a white circle with a gray crowned crane. I would have accepted bird as an acceptance.
Wow.
10 points to Ravenclaw.
Sorry, Nabs.
I don't feel like I've ever seen this thing.
Aaron, I do want to give props to your geographical knowledge here. Uganda does border the Big Lake, also known as Lake Victoria.
That's what I thought, but I didn't want to say it.
Yeah, it shares a border with Tanzania by way of that lake.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Y'all, look
cool.
at this flag.
That's a cool flag.
I have never seen it before. That's incredible.
It's like
That's
a
a really
rooster
cool
with
flag.
a mohawk is how I describe it.
It is. Yes. It's like the guy from Guardians of the Galaxy. What's the blue guy's name?
With
With a crest. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was going
Also
a different
not
direction
Zazu.
with the mohawk. I was like, hey, I pity the fool who doesn't know where Uganda is. Speaking of pitying the fool, the video of Mr. T singing "Treat Your Mother Right" went viral for Mother's Day this past weekend, and it's a great watch. It is every bit of 80s. Happy cringe is the best way I could describe that video. Okay, round 5, question 2. Your category is sports. Sports. You'd have to go back to the Bronx in the early 70s to witness the birth of what sport, which is making its debut at the 2024 Olympics?
Well, then, Matt, let's just go with that as our best guess.
Okay.
We're going to lock in.
Yeah, great.
So I flipped. I applied the coin theory, and Albert said ugh. So I guess you didn't like the answer. I do not remember if skateboarding was a new sport in 2020 or if it's going to be a sport in 2024, because 2020 was a long time ago, and 2021, when they actually had the Olympics, was also a long time ago. I know there were four new sports in 2020. I know climbing was one. I'm pretty sure surfing, karate, and skateboarding were the three others, which led me to suggest rollerblading as an analogous, I know, Jimmy, an analogous sport. And that was kind of as far as we got. The coin flip said skateboarding, but Albert didn't like it. So I guess we're leaning rollerblading? Question mark?
I think so. Just, I kind of remember something vaguely, too, about skateboarding being a new sport back in 2020. So, and I can't picture rollerblading or having seen rollerblading in the Olympics. So, and that's the thing. It's the Bronx. You're going to be outside. It's early 70s. So obviously roller skating was a big thing, and it would make sense. It fit in with that.
Yeah. Inline skating. It definitely isn't an Olympic sport yet. I don't know if it is going to be next year or not, but yeah, we can lock in with that.
Yeah, I can say, let's say inline skating then.
Cool.
Jonathan and Matt.
So, Matt, I started our conversation with parkour and breakdancing, both of which felt like good New York Bronx kind of potential starting places, but we ended up going with your idea that's actually a sport.
Pickleball. Sport that's exploding. I can't tell the origin, and it's a sport that we played indoors and outdoors. So the Bronx, you could have had indoor and an outdoor sport. So it could be played all year round in a smaller area. So you didn't need a full tennis court. If you're looking for a size, Bronx you look for sports you could play in smaller areas. They play a lot of squash there, racquetball. Mm-hmm. So for me, it was, and pickleball, like I said, is exploding. So I don't know if it's added, but it makes sense that would be something they may add in 2024. I think they'd add it. I saw skateboarding in previously. I think you're right. That was 2020, but we went with pickleball.
I have a funny pickleball story after I provide the answer. So 10 points go to Ravenclaw here.
Oh my God.
So the sport being introduced in 2024 that was became popular in the 1970s, I would have accepted breaking or breakdancing.
Oh, no.
Dang it. My bad, Jonathan.
Boogaloo.
The best part about that answer as a guess is just the timing of it. If you know the Olympics piece of the clue, then you can get there a lot easier, right? But other than that, just in terms of timing, that felt like a possibility, but it's so hard to guess as a sport, you know?
Right. Yep. Yeah, I went back to home where I went to high school in Alabama for Mardi Gras, and I met up with two of my close friends from high school who ended up dating right after high school and married each other, and they have a daughter who's going to college, and she was talking about the different colleges that have accepted her. So she got acceptance from University of Alabama, from South Alabama, a bunch of other schools, and Vanderbilt. And she said, well, I'm trying to choose between Vanderbilt and South Alabama. And she was like, well, Vanderbilt, obviously, because they're a really great school with academics. But South Alabama has pickleball. And I'm like, oh my God. You're choosing a state school that nobody's heard of over Vanderbilt because of pickleball.
Wow.
But she ended up getting a full scholarship from South Alabama. And also the program she's going in, they actually have a medical specialty, which is fairly well known in the medical field. So she's doing it for the right reasons, but also pickleball. Like, yep, 17 years old. That's how you think.
Yep. I think everyone's going to have pickleball in the next couple of years because, Matt, like you said, it is exploding.
It's fun.
Yeah. I have a lot of friends that they're building a whole thing. They're taking an old mall and turning it into a pickleball court. But as someone who started rock, or part of like
a big pickleball court. It's like 1,000 pickleball courts.
Very popular sport. So I started rock climbing in 1998, and there was pushes to get it into the Olympics in 98. So I feel like if it's starting to explode in popularity now, we're going to see it in the 2045 games or 2044 games. I can't do math.
It's funny. I watched. They started featuring pickleball matches on like ESPN, and so I watched one of these for the first time, and it literally, to me, it looked like somebody took ping pong and tennis and took the average.
Yep, that is exactly how we describe it.
I did a trivia question for a group last week, and pickleball was one of them. It's made up of 3 sports. It is tennis, ping pong, and badminton. That's what they describe it as.
Yeah,
and give it a little bit of wiffle ball too, because a pickleball is there's an indoor pickleball and an outdoor pickleball, but they're both wiffle balls.
I didn't know they had variations. That's interesting.
They have different colors and shapes. I just learned this the other day. So the outdoor pickleball is the yellow one, and it's slightly larger. The pink one has a different pattern of openings, and is slightly smaller, and that's for indoor.
That's incredible. Okay, here's your last question in round 5, and it's brought to us by Joel Skelly.
Thank you, Joel.
Thank you, Joel.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Categories: movies.
Movies.
What 1992 film, the highest grossing live action film of that year, was originally written in the 1970s with the intent to star Diana Ross and Steve McQueen?
I have this, Erin.
Good.
Are you locking in with that? I have this.
Yes. Locked in.
Did you have anything worthy of a toy?
Oh, yeah. Let's bring a choo-choo.
Woohoo! There he is. All aboard. We're going with Albert's answer, whatever he said. Can we do that? Yep. All right. Yeah, Matt, to break it down into really simple like visuals, it is a black woman and a white dude. And 1992, that sounds like The Bodyguard.
92, yeah. And, there's also a version of the theme song that was done early on by Dolly Parton as well. So if you think about that back in the day, so you have, The Bodyguard, I always have you with Whitney Houston and Kevin Costner. It makes sense. Diana Ross, Steve McQueen, very similar type story. So I'd say The Bodyguard as well. We'll say The Bodyguard.
Agree.
All right.
Lock it in.
Aaron and Albert?
It's interesting. Neil Diamond actually did a song about The Bodyguard.
It was called I Will Do Anything for Love. But no?
Not that.
No? Okay. So y'all have to get your answer, though.
I know we do. No, I literally, we brought it up before, and so did Aaron, when The Bodyguard come out. That was definitely 92. So, yeah, we 100%. I knew that already from Steve McQueen angle. So, yeah, we said The Bodyguard.
Correct answer is The Bodyguard. So, looking at this question, I'm like, okay, if it's the early 90s and you want to do the best possible analog for Diana Ross and Steve McQueen, it's Whitney Houston and Kevin Costner. Like, it doesn't get any better than that. That is the best you can do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True story.
All right. At the end of round 5, we still have a tie score, 105 to 105.
Quit copying us. Jeez.
Round 6, question 1 comes to us from David Abolafia.
Oh, thank you, David.
Thank you, David.
Thank you.
All right. Your category is movie Tribond. Before going on to create her own Emmy-winning sitcom, what actress had small but memorable roles in Saturday Night Fever, UHF, and This Is Spinal Tap?
Which actress?
What actress?
Any other names? You want to go with it?
Let's go with it. Yeah. That's a great poll. So, yeah.
All right. We've got a guess, and we're going to lock that in.
Aaron and Albert.
Oh, boy. Okay. Saturday Night Fever, UHF, Spinal Tap. They're all late 70s except for UHF, which would have been late 80s. So somebody, I mentioned before, Candice Bergman, just because I'm thinking somebody older and I'm thinking of Murphy Brown. I'm trying to think of women who have created their own sitcoms. And you mentioned Ellen, but I think it's just too early for her because she still would have been a comedian.
I like your guess better.
Wait a second. I think I heard this come up on a trivia podcast a little while ago, but
It's
what about
this, that we're doing it right now.
Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah. There we go.
Yes.
The other one that I'm thinking about where it's just one person would be The Nanny, Fran Dresser.
Oh.
Because I think she created that. I want to say that she created that show for herself. I think that's her own. Yeah, I think that's her own thing.
Okay.
I mean, I've seen Saturday Night Fever. I've seen UHF. I've seen This Spinal Tap. I cannot picture her in any of those. But it seems to fit it better than it would be Murphy Brown, which I'm not sure Candice Bergman actually created for herself. Yeah, should we go Fran Dresser then for The Nanny?
Yeah, unless, so going to throw a little parachute bomb in there. It's not like Julia Louis-Dreyfus or anything, is it? Because when I think Emmy-winning sitcom, that's what I think. But I don't know if the timing works.
But she created it. That's the only thing. So it wouldn't have been Seinfeld, right? Oh,
no,
I guess.
I'm talking about Veep.
Veep? Oh.
I saw This Is Spinal Tap a million years ago. I don't know anyone in it, and I haven't seen the other two movies. So I've just got the Emmy-winning actress sitcom.
But I wouldn't. The only thing about Veep, and I like the show, I don't know if I'd call it a sitcom. I'm thinking no. I'm thinking more of like Friends would be a sitcom, right? Big Bang Theory, stuff like that, where I'm thinking more mainstream than I would think.
That is fair, because you're right. It's a comedy, but it's not a sitcom.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah, we can go with Fran Drescher. Yeah, let's do that.
Jonathan and Matt.
You think they're
Matt?
reading our chats? I mean, seriously, it's like...
I swear, I know they call it pulling a Jonathan, but Albert's got a pretty big beep because he's pulling stuff out of there left and right, okay? He's pulling Jonathan's way more than Jonathan's pulling Jonathan's today.
Yeah, I will say the Veep is a comedy. So but we didn't go that route. We went Fran Drescher with the nanny,
Fran
instantaneously.
Definitely
and then we
in
get to
UHF.
watch you guys muddle through to the same answer we got to. It's crazy, but that's fun. It's part of the good part of the game, right? So, but yeah, we went with
nice job.
Jonathan pulled that one. Fran Drescher, the nanny.
Wow,
locked in.
Is it right?
Correct answer is Fran Drescher. Good job, both teams.
Well done, Jonathan.
There's only two female roles in UHF that are memorable at all, and it's Victoria Jackson and Fran Drescher. Mm-hmm. And Victoria Jackson didn't create a show for herself, so it had to be Fran Drescher.
I literally haven't seen UHF since it was in theaters, so yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
That UHF has two of the funniest scenes I've ever seen. I'm only going to talk about one of them.
Okay.
There's a scene where Fran Drescher is walking to the city hall to interview the mayor, and as they pan by, there's a bum sitting on a bench, a park bench, next to a blind man. The blind man has a Rubik's Cube and makes random moves on it and goes, "Is this it? Nope." It does a few more moves. Is this it? Nope. Oh my God. The comedy brain you have to think of something like that. Oh, amazing.
Oh, it's so good.
Okay. We're in round 6 already. Holy crap. All right. Round 6, question 2. Your category is and new. In 2023, Ding Liren defeated Jan Nepomniachtchi to become the new world champion of what? And I will offer a hint if both teams want a hint.
Always.
Yes.
Yes, please.
All right, here's your hint. The previous world champion vacated the title after a 10-year reign.
What was the category?
And new. And
what
new.
are you? Thank you.
It's what.
What are you saying?
So when a person is crowned a new champion, it's the new champion. Yep.
I understand. Okay, got it. I'd like to congratulate you on your pronunciation of those names.
Yeah, really.
I'm pretty sure I mispronounced the second one, but the first one I got right.
You are forgiven.
You said it with confidence, though.
Nepomniachtchi is a hell of a good pronunciation of whatever that is. Let's just do that.
The first one I said?
The one we're just talking about?
Yep. I'm good with that. I mean...
Yeah. It's just a guess.
Yep. Lock it in.
All right, we're locked in.
Okay, Erin and Albert got about a minute.
Erin's going to have to explain herself, so go ahead, Erin.
Explain yourself.
So my first knee-jerk reaction, like before Ben even finished reading the question, was chess. And the reason I think that is because I do current events every week. I skim the headlines. I feel like I remember seeing recently a headline about a new world champion, but because it was about chess, I didn't read the article because I didn't ask the question, because chess, it's really hard to write questions about chess. So that was where my brain went for that. We talked about sumo briefly, but I think 10 years is probably too long for a sport that takes that kind of a toll on your body. You know, we went back to chess and he's like, yeah, the last guy was Russian. Was like, you know, wouldn't that be grandmaster? Well, I think there's a bunch of grandmasters. It's like a ranking, not a, you know. And then I said, yeah, it's the Russian guy. Yeah, the Russian guy wasn't the anal beads guy. That was someone else. And he said, what? I'm like, ooh, never mind. Don't worry about it. And if you don't know what that's a reference to, I'm not making that up. Go look it up. But our answer ultimately was chess.
That's so great. Oh, that's so great. Yeah, I'm going to explain that for our audience in just a minute here.
Ben, talk about the anal beads guy.
Yeah, the anal beads guy.
It's fun. So the anal beads thing is fun because like a bunch of people heard about it because it was like really weird thing that especially trivia people, like it was all that was being discussed for like the 45-minute news cycle. And if you missed it, it was gone and you have no idea what it's about.
I heard about it from you.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Literally.
All right. Chess. Okay, Jonathan and Matt, what did you say?
I thought about game like chess, those type of things. I didn't think it was a sport. I think 10 years in any sport is tough, and most sports are divisioned out, and there's ways to do it. You don't usually have a singular champion in one sport. So I went to the game side, and we talked about chess. I haven't seen those names. I read a little bit about chess. Most of the chess articles I've read, I have not seen the anal bead one, but there's been one with the cheating scandal with one of the grandmasters and things like that. So those names weren't. Yeah, those names weren't familiar from anybody in any of the chess things. I thought, there's grand champions in the weird games like breakdancing in the Olympics. I said Pokemon, as they do have champions and world champions in those type of games. So the answer we decided to stick with was Pokemon.
That's a cool guess.
So the clue I gave you, the previous world champion, his name is Magnus Carlsen. Beep. He has been this champion since 2013, and he basically just lost interest. He wasn't motivated to play another match. And so Ding Liren from China defeated Jan Nepomniachtchi of Russia in chess.
Yes. Thank you, Erin.
The lack of Carlsen's name in there is the reason because I was like, okay, in the last 10 years, Carlsen was definitely there, and neither one of these is him. I did not make the connection that a vacated championship means it's not defended, which means it's going to be two different names. So it was dismissed without a good logical reason, and that makes me feel bad, Matt.
Yeah, same. The same way. And, I don't know. But we did say, why would they vacate it? I said, well, they're bored.
You did say that.
I get it.
He's bored.
Yeah, that is a correct assumption. It's basically
highly intelligent people. Nobody was challenging him, so they go do something else.
Yeah, I've played chess. I get it.
Yeah.
So for those wondering about the anal beads situation, so this does actually involve Magnus Carlsen. He was involved in a match with an American named Hans Niemann, and Hans essentially wiped the floor with Magnus Carlsen. That's the best analogy I can put for it. Not only did he wipe the floor with Magnus, but he seemed to do it like chess in critical moments can be extremely stressful, and you can visibly see it on the players' faces when they're trying to figure out the right move. And Hans seemed to be rather effortlessly moving through this match. And so Magnus kind of insinuated that he may have been cheating. And then there was a rumor separate of that was started that was saying that he must have had some type of device on him that was helping him find, or someone was on a computer and then sending him the moves, basically. Or in him. So that's where the anal bees reference came. He must have had something stuck in him that was helping him with moves. So that's where the whole anal bee situation.
Because they check you on the way in to make sure there's nothing on you that people can use to communicate with you. And it was actually some wag on Reddit who just said, LOL, wouldn't it be wild if it was anal beads? But news media being what they are, they took the story and ran with it.
Because they just sweep you with a basic metal detector. So if it's made out of something that's not metal, they wouldn't be able to pick it up. So
I'd like to say that I think that there are lots of people, when they have upset tummies, might insert something that would help them with moves. But this is a different kind of situation.
Different insert, different move, different hole.
That went in a different direction.
Oh, it's the same insert.
And I'm relieved.
It's the same insert and the same hole.
You're talking about a suppository, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
what did you think I was thinking of?
No, I thought you meant like Pepto-Bismol, like you.
Oh no! I was being much more clear.
Yeah.
I'm making the universal symbol for pushing something up your rear by holding my thumb out and moving my fist upwards.
I missed the hand motion, so that's on me.
Me too. This is an audio medium. Cool. What's the next question, Ben?
All right, we're going into the showdown. Now, what I could tell you, I'm happy that we don't have a tie score, because I was like, usually I give the option to the team that's behind. But I said, in the event that there was a tie score, I literally looked up the Premier League standings to see which team was further behind.
So we would have told you. We all know. There's no. Yeah.
We could have just flipped their coin and gone with the other team.
That probably would have is a better idea. Here's the showdown question. Now, for those not familiar, I'm going to ask a question with multiple correct answers. Each team will have 3 minutes to compile as many correct answers as they can. The team that has the longest list gets 10 points. If, in case of a tie, both teams get the points, but any list containing an incorrect answer will be disqualified. Jonathan and Matt, since you are trailing 125 to 115, You get to choose between two categories for your showdown. Your categories are sitcoms or music goats. And goats being greatest of all time.
Jonathan, but I'll go with you.
Do you feel strongly about either one of them?
I'm more strong on sitcoms, yes.
Oh, I'm more strong on music.
But I can go music too. It's if it's music goats, that's the list is short and.
But you know what though? It could be. So with music, like goats, you might be asking a very challenging question, like name every artist that has an album with more than 30 million sales or something like that, and that would be really hard, you know?
Yeah.
Whereas sitcoms seems like it might end up with an easier question.
Yeah.
Oh, well, hold on. So Albert had a really good knowledge of sitcoms. Beep. Albert had a really good knowledge of music earlier too. Albert, stop being so smart.
All that ice cream.
Dang, all that ice cream.
Albert's dragging a boat anchor of a partner on both of those categories, so I'll balance him out. Don't worry.
I mean, he drives a Bugatti. He's got to be smart.
Yeah, you're right. Of course. He had to figure out how to afford that.
Yeah, if you
want to flip a coin and go with the other answer?
Yeah, let's do that.
Hold on. I don't know if we can flip a coin, but I got a die here. 10 and below sitcoms, 11 and above music. That's a 2, which would be sitcoms, except for doing the opposite, which means music.
Gotcha.
Okay. Music goats. Here is your question. Thriller by Michael Jackson is still widely considered to be the best-selling album in history. I have a list of the 9 tracks from that album.
You want us to name the 9 albums? Okay.
Your 3 minutes starts now.
Oh, no.
All right. Time's up. So go ahead and compile your list and send them to me. All right. So Albert, you've submitted 6 answers. Let me double check. Jonathan submitted 5 answers. All right. So we're going to start with Jonathan and Matt. Jonathan and Matt, you submitted PYT, Thriller, Beat It, Billie Jean, and Rock With Me. So the song you're referring to is Rock With You.
Oh, no.
And that was not on the Thriller album.
Really?
So your list is, that was on the previous album.
Whoa. Oh, no.
That was off the wall.
I thought that was right.
All right. So that list is disqualified. So Albert and Erin, you submitted 6 answers.
Just Albert, to be clear. I had nothing to do with this.
All right. So Albert, you submitted Human Nature, PYT, Thriller, Billie Jean, Beat It, and Wanna Be Starting Something. Those are all correct answers.
Beep, beep. Oh, my God. My first thing I wrote down was bad, and I was like, wait, no, that's not right.
That's
what I interest you in dangerous.
Yeah, so the ones you did not name were, let's see, which ones did you name? Let me double check. The ones you did not name, the one you crossed out was correct. The Girl Is Mine.
The Girl Is Mine. It just hit me that was on there.
Damn it.
The other ones you did not name was Baby Be Mine and The Lady in My Life.
I don't remember.
Oh, man. Matt, I'm sorry. I thought it doesn't matter. We weren't going to beat 6 anyway, but geez.
Yeah, that's my bad. But yeah, nice job.
Wanted to be starting something. I put in parentheses vegetable just because that always comes up in trivia.
Yeah, they'll kill you.
I've been on this show before. Yeah.
You know, if you had just wrote starting something with vegetable in parentheses, I would be inclined to give that to you. Okay, so going into the gauntlet, Erin and Albert, after a very tight game, have managed to squeak ahead by 20 points, 135 to Jonathan and Matt's 115. You are now going to consider your wagers for your gauntlet category, which is American Geography.
All right, our wager is going to be locked in.
So, how good are you at American Geography?
I mean, that depends entirely on the question. I live in America. I've been to many parts in it. But, I may have used all of my geography knowledge by knowing where Uganda was on a map. So.
Oh, no. All right. We're locked in.
Okay. Here's your first question in the gauntlet. The subcategory is, you don't have the votes. In 1776, the delegation of which American colony was the only one to abstain on every single vote for independence?
This isn't geography. This is history. You lied to us.
You lied to me?
You lied to me.
You want to lock that in, Matt?
Yeah, I think so. Like I said, it's. I think I've heard that before, but I feel like you. I feel like that's what it is.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna lock that answer in.
Okay.
I mean, that's my gut. Do you want to just lock it in?
It's ringing a very small bell, but I don't have any justification for it, but I also wouldn't have any justification for anything else.
Again, I think this came up in another trivia podcast, and that's what immediately came up.
Stop listening to other trivia podcasts. What are you doing? What are you doing?
You traitor.
No, you're not a traitor. You just have bad taste.
Hey.
No, I'm kidding. Seriously.
I'm not. Look at his shirt.
Yeah, it's a good point.
Hey.
Oh,
Zing. Trying to bust out the aloe vera in a second.
Had to do it.
No. Yeah, if you're good with that, Erin, I'll just lock that in.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, locked in.
Okay. Second question. Your subcategory is America's Hat. What city is the most populous U.S. city on the Canada border?
currently, like as of right now?
As of right now.
All right. It sounds like we're thinking the same thing tentatively, so let's lock that in.
Okay, I'm good.
We are locked in.
Here is your final question in the gauntlet. The subcategory is Be More Pacific. The Pacific Railroad, America's first transcontinental railroad, was completed in 1869, comprising nearly 2,000 miles of track. In what two states are the westernmost and easternmost terminals? So I want two states.
Wow, that's the opposite of the question that usually gets asked.
Yeah.
Me too.
I was
so excited because I knew it.
And I said the word "are," but the most correct way to say it is in what two states were the westernmost and easternmost terminals? Just to be super accurate there.
All right, we'll lock in.
Our answer's locked in. I've done this before. I'm professional.
Okay. All right. So now I'll read the questions back. You reveal your answers. First one, in 1776, the delegation of which colony was the only one to abstain on every independence vote? Erin and Albert, what did you say?
We said New York.
And Jonathan and Matt, what did you say?
We believe that's Rhode Island. And Matt, for me, I have a particular memory of Rhode Island being like the rebellious colony of the 13 colonies, the ones that didn't get along with everybody else. And that's one of the reasons why I think that.
I think it's Rhode Island. That's what I remember. Like I said, I wasn't 100 on it, but yeah.
Your second question, what city is the most populous U.S. city on the Canada border? Jonathan and Matt, what did you say?
We said Detroit.
Yeah, we had Detroit and Buffalo.
And so we took Detroit.
We flipped Aaron's coin. It told us to say Buffalo, so we said Detroit.
Got it. All right. And Erin and Albert?
I just assumed you wrote the question, so I said Detroit.
Okay. Everybody's got their own logic. And then the Pacific Railroad's westernmost and easternmost terminals are in what two states? Erin and Albert, what did you say?
One we had the most conversation on. I said California and he was like, yes.
Yeah.
And then we went back and forth.
Yeah, and then that's the thing. We couldn't figure out if we were thinking it's going to be somewhere in the middle of the U.S., which it sounds like it could be, or it could be out on the East Coast. So we ultimately just flipped a coin and went with Illinois, California and Illinois.
All right, Jonathan and Matt.
Honestly, we figured California was the definite, and Matt, you came with knowledge about the different terminals and which were the biggest railroads. I am a little bit concerned about St. Louis being the gateway to the West, but you thought Illinois was a good answer.
I think Illinois makes the distance better. I think it's when you get to 2,000 miles, I think that adds into there. I think a lot of stuff originated out of Illinois, and St. Louis was close enough to where it wouldn't have been that much of a terminus from a railroad standpoint. So that's why I go with Illinois on that one.
It was definitely longer than the Proclaimers would walk.
You know, I completely missed the mileage in the question. That would have helped us narrow it down.
Oh, my God.
If we had RTFQ.
All right, so I am going to reveal the answers. So the delegation that voted no on every single vote, they voted no because they cited that they had a lack of instructions from their state on how to vote. So they didn't get really good direction from Albany because the correct answer is New York.
Oh, no.
What?
No.
I thought it was for tax reasons. I think that's what I've heard too, but yeah.
Yeah, Albany didn't give them specific instructions on how to vote. So they abstained on every single vote. The most populous city, U.S. city on Canada border is indeed Detroit. It is more than double the population of Buffalo, just in case y'all were wondering.
Oh, wow.
And the Pacific Railroad obviously started in California. That's the westernmost terminal. President Lincoln officially declared mile zero of the Transcontinental Railroad to be in Council Bluffs, Iowa. So I'm looking for California and Iowa.
God.
Oh my goodness. All right.
Council Bluffs. Ugh.
So
Sorry if anybody's from Council Bluffs, but yeah.
Sorry if you're from Iowa too.
I was born there.
Yeah.
And stayed very long.
Yeah, Brian
left,
Nash.
yeah.
Brian Nash is probably screaming at his radio right now. That's probably what's happening. All right, so it's going to come down to wagers. Erin and Albert, you were leading with 135 points. What was your wager?
I don't remember. You can tell him.
Erin sent me a GIF of a guy putting on a tie, so we went for the tie and we put in 120.
That's right.
We went with 120 for the tie that would not have happened if what happened, what you thought would have happened. So, yeah, math is hard. And Jonathan and Matt, so you had 150. They end with 15 points. So if you manage to wager fewer than 100 points, you win the game. What was your wager?
Like I said, Matt, we got to be conservative.
Yeah,
right? That's what I said.
Yeah. So let's bet that.
Yeah. So we bet it all. Every bit. All 115 because.
Oh my God.
And it was the one that we missed. The one that no, we missed two. Never mind.
You missed two.
We were just gonna be wrong.
You were gonna be wrong.
We were fine with that. We were fine. The rest of our lives we could have been wrong, not knowing that was right.
Iowa.
So with a final score of 15-0, your winners today are Erin and Albert. Great job.
Good job.
Well done, guys. Well done.
Good game.
That
really
was
good game.
All Albert.
Huge victory, Erin and Albert. You guys were either winning or tied the whole game. You never trailed. That's pretty damn good. Great job out of y'all. Before we go, we'd like to give everybody a chance to do shout-outs and promote causes that they care about. Albert, you're on the winning team, so we're going to start with you.
We were talking about trivia podcasts. I get a lot of the answers that I got today from listening to people like you, like Ryan Buds, to Brain Ladle Trivia, who is another great show. So I love the support. I love that you also, like I was listening to the other day, you guys had a Brian Buds promo, which was fantastic. He's a really great guy.
Yep.
Yeah, let's up the Reds, go United. So that's my shout out.
There you go. Very cool. I'm sure Ryan will be happy to hear that you heard that. That's great. And Matt, you were saddled with me, so you were on the losing team. I'm sorry, but it is your turn now.
I think we have played 2 or 3 times together, and each time I don't think we've ever won. So
what?
Yeah, really. I go back and think of, and it's always, we know the same things and we don't know the same things.
Oh no.
Yeah, but it's always fun. I always enjoy it. A couple things I like to say. One, we're getting into that year where particularly high school kids are graduating. I do a lot of stuff with people graduating in careers. And, when you talk to somebody that's looking to graduate, don't make your first question, where are you going to college? Ask them what they're going to do. Because a lot of them aren't going to go to college, and don't make that the level they have to go to next. Ask them what they want to do career-wise and how they're going to do it, and support that. College isn't the answer for everybody. Also, it's summertime. A lot of kids are food insecure. You get a chance to donate to a cause that feeds kids during the summer. Please try to do that, whether it's food or a couple dollars. I always encourage people to let's at least try to get our kids fed.
Outstanding. Totally agree.
Awesome.
Very good.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, that is going to wrap us up. So for Matt, for Albert, for Erin, and for Ben, my name is Jonathan. This has been episode number 429 of Trivial Warfare, where it's not just trivia. It's war. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
So long.
Bye. See ya.
Thanks for listening to Trivial Warfare. Be sure to check out the revamped TRIVIALWarfare.com as your one-stop shop to submit questions, join the community, and get access to over 150 archived episodes. Warm It Up was written and performed by Matthew Stevens. This episode was edited and produced by me, Joel Sharpton. For help with your podcast, visit propodcastingservices.com.
Yeah.
I'm tempted to shift things around and just assume that this is going to be better than the next game, because this was a really fun game. This was really good.
That was great.
Wow. That cat is on mic.
Is that cat horny or something? Good Lord.
Yeah, probably not. We took his balls away like 10 years ago.
Maybe that's why he's crying.
Yeah, he's upset about that still.